Hi, this is Shani, and this is Weekend Wrap Up. So let's get into it. So this is week going to cover the week of February the 26th through March the 4th of 2017, and this is going to cover shows that I watch daily on the weekend and week. So the weekend starts off with Sunday night, and I believe I did a review on that for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this is pretty much post the glamping trip and the ladies talking about Candy and the sex dungeon and so forth. I don't want to get too much into that because I did review that, and that's past, the upcoming week, which I'm talking about now, is much more juicier. So going into Monday, there is a TV show on VH1, which is Love&Hip New York. Don't care for it. Glad it's gone. The reunion was that week, and they are out of here. So up for the anticipation is Love&Hip Atlanta, because they bring the drama in the dirty South. So Tuesday nights is This Is Us. I believe it did not show last night, the new episode, so I'm so glad because I missed it. But they are going to do a revamp from last week, the week prior to the continuation of that, and that's pretty much Randall's father passing during their trip to Randall's father's hometown neighborhood, meeting family, friends, and getting stories and clips of his father's life that he never knew of, since Randall was adopted into this family, which we're anticipating at the day of his arrival. Triplets, and one passed, and they were able to still have the triplet team with the addition of Randall. So it's a lovely show. I really enjoyed this show. It's the first season, so I believe it's coming up on its season ending. So that's going to be where I'm able to catch up, because I've been missing a couple of those shows due to my work schedule, and well as my events that I have going on after work. So Wednesday nights is Little Women. No, I'm going to go back. Sorry. This is just open. It's not scripted or anything. So going back to Tuesday, Little Women LA have came back for another season. This is their series premiere of the new season, which was Tuesday, and it's on Lifetime TV. I love the Little Women, and this is one of the original renditions of the show. There were a lot of spin-offs. There was Little Women New York, Little Women Atlanta, and Little Women Dallas. I don't care for New York, so I don't think they're coming back. But if they do, if you enjoy it, please watch it. But I will not be. It's not that interesting. But the LA Little Women is based on Tara, and her venture in doing something new and being a quote-unquote celebrity on Dancing with the Stars. I do not agree with her workout regimens and dance practice for this TV series, Dancing with the Stars. I believe that they did not adjust anything, their regimens, nor the way that they practice based on her stature. I believe that it's pretty much like they're working a child, and even though she's an adult, considering her frame, it's taken a very much toll on her. In fact, that she already has 2 hernias, so that cannot be good. And she rushed out after being giving birth to her son 3 weeks into it. So a lot of ladies did get on the show asked to be on Dancing with the Stars before Tara was actually asked. I'm trying to get comfortable in this seat. Before Tara was actually asked, a lot of other little women on the particular show, were asked, and they said they weren't going to do it because of the regimen and them not considering that, yes, just because she's a little person, she cannot be treated differently. However, you cannot make her do so much screen activity based on her stature, because she can get seriously hurt and possibly die based on the regimen that Dancing with the Stars has. And I'm very much concerned with that, just as much as her friends watching the show. Tanya and now Tanya, this is Tanya of Little Women LA. There are two Tanyas, one on LA and one on Atlanta. But on LA, Tanya has moved. Well, her daughter's father and her have rekindled their relationship based on Tanya not being able to find that perfect man in her previous venture on trying to find someone to pretty much love and be the love of her life. She goes and contacts her daughter's father and say, hey, you're the only one that really truly loved me. You had so much love for me in the past. We should get back together and da 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 da. At first, he was kind of skeptical about it because he was living with someone else in Texas and in a relationship. A pretty good relationship. However, he did truly love Tanya and came out and moved with her. I don't agree with it because he was in a relationship at the time and he had to break it off to be with her. But hey, if that's life, well, it's not up to me. So her daughter, however, does not feel as if their relationship is truly genuine. She thinks that they're both just doing something to have someone to hold on to and doesn't think it's going to last. So I'm definitely going to see what goes on with that. Based on the situation that I know of, is that, you know, he was in a relationship and he was living with someone else in Texas at the time. She called him and said, hey, you need to come down here, be with me. I love you. Forget the other women. But it still was up to his decision. So evidently he did really love her as well. So that's the end of the story. I'm not going to talk. There's nothing else about that. So moving on to... I forgot a couple of women's names because I like Tanya. I do. I just don't like her decision. And I don't think neither does her daughter. I like Tara. And that may be about it. But there are some other women on the show. And, really, this show was based around Tara's escapade with Dancing with the Stars and her family and her friends saying, hey, we don't want you to get harmed or hurt by this. Now, Tanya's face did stiffen up, and it was an issue where one of her nerves went out on her face, and the women were concerned about that. And she's saying it's based on her being a little person as well. So can't wait to see what's up next with that, but hopefully she gets better. Now, there is some drama with one of the ladies who's always been messy on the show, but I cannot remember her name. So she's not relevant in my life. But however, you may know her. So please comment at the bottom. So tell me her name so I remember next time. But her husband is overweight, and so is she. She's not perfect by all means, but she does not like the fact that he's a little bit obese in a sense to her, which he is overweight. But lately I feel as if it's based on her and him and her relationship, that the stress of her always saying he's not good enough because of his weight, he's limited because of his weight. She's not being that encouragement that he needs to actually get off the weight. And based on that, it seems as if he's went into that depression and he's gaining more weight. So, you know, so can't wait to see what's next. Little Women LA, but the best show is Little Women Atlanta, which comes on Wednesday nights, also on Lifetime, which I really truly enjoy. Now they have a character on there, which is Little Women Atlanta's Tanya, who is pregnant with her son's father's baby. So this is their second edition, and she's pregnant. She's around 3 months. She got pregnant after he came and visited her for a short period of time, and the children weren't around. So a lot of people were skeptical about that, and that he may have just came for a booty call and left. So he is agreeing to come to Atlanta to stay for a while to help Tanya with their soon-to-be child, and help her with the other children, including his son that she has by him already. So her friend Samantha was living in the house, and now Samantha says, if he's coming, we're both headstrong. I'm not going to deal with, I don't like the way he talks to you. I don't like the way he treats you. And so Tanya confesses to her, if you don't like it, leave. So now she has Samantha move forward into leaving and going back home to New York, which I thought was Texas. So that's an error on my part, until things kind of simmer down. Now she's giving Nico about 2-3 weeks and believes that eventually he will be back out. He will not be serious to the relationship. So we want to see what happens with that, because she confessed to the twins when she's becoming to get friendly with them that she's not going to stay. She's going to in fact leave based on Nico's return. Now Andrea and Amanda, okay, Amanda's cool, but Andrea, in some ways, I don't feel like she can say anything, because when Chris returned and Minnie moved in, Minnie had to leave. So no, don't get into that. So Money, we're moving on to Money, which is also one of the individuals on Little Women Atlanta. She goes and tries to get back with her son and bring him back home to Atlanta from Texas. So she takes Juicy along the ride. Juicy agrees, and we meet for the first time Money's ex-boyfriend and her son's father, the son has been living with him since Money moved to Atlanta. And now Money is ready and feels like she's settled to bring him back to Atlanta with her. And now he can only go back and forth to Texas to visit his father. Of course, the father does not agree, because he has stepped up and been the main parent in regards to taking care of their son. So she goes and confesses and wants to bring the son back. He says, no, I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that. But he can visit. But as far as staying with you permanently, I'm not going to agree with that. So Money says she's going to pursue going to court and trying to get some type of thing settled between him and her, because what they're trying to do, far as without legal advice and being around in the courts, is not working. But he does allow her son to come back to Atlanta. The ladies meet and greet and whatever. Samantha pulls Tanya aside while they're ice skating and the meeting and greet of Money's son, and says, hey, I need for you to apologize to me. Tanya says she's not going to apologize to her. So, whatever she decides is what she decides. So seriously, I'm going to say this season is going to be really juicy, especially with these two new characters on the show, Tanya and Samantha. And Marlon is still missing out of the picture. However, this Wednesday, Juicy and Money go out and pursue to see what's up with Marlon and see if Money can get him to come back home. So that's pretty much for Little Women Atlanta. I had it in my head, which is on Wednesday nights on Lifetime TV. So please be sure to tune in. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows. Thursday nights, I don't watch anything too much on Thursday nights, so if it is something I have to remember, but I don't. There is a new season of the Underground TV show coming on WGN on night, which is CW. I'm going to watch it. I did not see the first season, but I'm definitely going to watch it because there has been a lot of talk about how good this show is. So, Friday nights is Grimm. I watch Grimm Friday night. I actually love that show, and I believe there's going to be a few more episodes before they say we're close to the end chapter of this show. There will be no more. And I love Grimm, and Grimm just pretty much premieres all these weird characters. They are shifters. They shift into dogs. They shift into cats, tigers. Just very interesting fictional TV show, which is definitely good to watch. Even the kids can watch it. So please be sure to watch that. That's on Friday nights, and it's on NBC or ABC. I'm not quite sure, but you can also go on their TV network website and catch up on those shows. So please be sure